Cal Fire Information Center, I'm Scott McLean with a Cal Fire report for Monday, September 24th, 2018. Last week may have started off with a few days of slightly cooler weather, but as weekend rolled in, Northern California saw some very challenging wind and humidity conditions across several counties, leading to a rash of new significant wildfires, as well as a number of smaller fires. In total, firefighters across all jurisdictions battled 210 new wildfires last week. Looking over at the graphics, you'll see here in a second that Cal Fire's jurisdiction, we actually had 169 new wildfire starts last week. We're still actively engaged. 2018, stats have gone up to over 5,000 wildfire starts, burning a total of over 617,000 acres. Last year, the same time, you can see the difference, but look at this. 237,000 plus acres last year compared to this year, 617,000. Between the Forest Service and Cal Fire, we're looking to date approximately 1.35 million acres burned in the state of California since January 1st of this year. Let's take a look now at some of those significant fires that I mentioned earlier. We'll start in Los Angeles County, where firefighters are battling the Charlie Fire in Castaic. The Charlie Fire started on Saturday the 22nd and quickly grew in a matter of hours to over 3,000 acres, and again within the first 24 hours, leading to evacuations in several surrounding communities. According to the Los Angeles County Fire Department's latest update, the Charlie Fire is now 3,380 acres, which has been holding and is at 30% contained. Next up, we have the Nimshu Fire up in Butte County. The Nimshu Fire started early this morning, just after midnight, in Magalia, and has grown to 33 acres. Firefighters currently have it at over 25% contained, and evacuation warnings are in effect for the surrounding areas. For those who may not know, an evacuation warning is an advisory for an area that is not currently directly threatened, again, directly threatened by a fire, but may become threatened if conditions change. Residents are encouraged to leave, and if they stay, are asked to remain alert and ready to go in case the advisory changes to a mandatory evacuation or an evacuation order. Mandatory evacuations mean the community is actively threatened by the fire and residents should leave as promptly as possible. You need to be prepared to leave at any given time. Have that go kit ready to go, even this time of year. Moving on to the Oak Fire in Madera County. The Oak Fire sparked on Saturday in Ahwahnee, threatening structures in the area. Yesterday afternoon, some of the evacuations were lifted to those residents, but a few areas do still remain under evacuation. The Oak Fire is at 390 acres and 45% contained, and is actually burning in some of that tree mortality area. Up in Lassen County, up in the north, the Copper Fire also ignited on Saturday afternoon west of Susanville in some timber area. As of this morning, the Copper Fire is 53 acres, and firefighters currently have it at 50% contained, which is really good news. And finally, yesterday afternoon, the Quimby Fire started in East San Jose over in the Santa Clara County. Firefighters were able to quickly stop the forward spread of the Quimby Fire and now have it at 50% contained at 30 acres. The wind and humidity conditions that I mentioned earlier that played a large part in fueling these significant fires is unfortunately expected to continue into this week. A red flag warning was issued out over the weekend across several Northern California counties, as you can see here on the map, all the way from Oregon on down into the Bay Area. And originally it was forecast to expire on Tuesday. These were expected to expire on Tuesday. But these conditions are now expected to continue all the way through Thursday of this week, and the red flag warning has been extended for that period of time. You need to be prepared. This means wildfire danger is going to continue to be extremely high in those areas. Even a single spark could not only ignite into a fire, but with those high winds that could be predicted, could grow very rapidly into a major firefight. Be careful outdoors, especially this week. make sure those tow chains are properly secured on your trailers. As an example, you need to make sure you take that few minutes to walk around your vehicle as well as your trailer, making sure that nothing is hanging, and again, that those chains are appropriately attached. And make sure you don't pull your vehicle over onto dry grass, even this time of year. That can spark a fire extremely easily. Avoid using powered equipment during those high fire dangers as well. The chance of sparking a fire is just too high of a risk, even to today and this week. Conditions like we're seeing now are a great reminder that even though it's officially fall, the fire danger is still extremely high. The leaves may be starting to turn soon, and we might be seeing some cooler days and cooler weather coming up, but maybe even some rain here and there, maybe this weekend and into early next week. But we may see some rains also off and on during the course of the next couple of months. But when the winds pick up, the humidities will drop and the fire danger comes right back. That's why every year we remind residents not to fall for it. Wildfires have no seasons anymore. There is no fire season. It's year-round. Last year we saw significant fires into December with fires like the Thomas Fire. 281,000 acres burned. Historically, the largest and most destructive wildfires in our state's history have occurred in the fall months, predominantly September and October. It's vital for residents to stay and remain vigilant, have an evacuation plan, make sure the family goes over it on a repeated basis, and be ready to go if wildfire strikes near you.